Hey guys, welcome to Cards and Sharps. Got another Civivi here. Yes, I know I do a lot of Civivis, but they're good products, and since I do sell knives, these are good movers and good product for the price range. So what we have here today, let's take a look here. Let me get my cheat sheet for this one. Should have had it ready before we started, but alright, there we go. Let's open this case. You know, a lot of the Civivi knives come with a case like this, which is really cool. You get a couple of patches, pretty cool looking patches, some information, and you get these little wipe down, kind of feel like leather cloth for wiping your knife down, keeping it shiny and clean. And then inside you get a knife, and you can see Civivi is part of We Knife Company, so you're getting the kind of the budgety version of We products, but still what I have found to be a good quality product. And what do we have here? We got the Mastodon. So this is going to be a, I guess you'd call it a cleaver. It's not really a sheep's, what you consider a sheep's foot. It's more truly a cleaver. If you've watched very many of my videos, I do like the sheep's foot cleaver type knives. Not so much for EDC use. One, because typically, you know, you get a lot of this blade, so the profile, the knife profile in your pocket, it's going to be pretty bulky. But it's got that nice smooth We flipper action, or Civivi flipper action. Actually, not quite as a little tighter, it feels like, than a lot of them are. Not quite as just most Civivis typically just got that nice just snap open feel to it. This one you have to give it a little bit more pressure, and does fine once I realize that, you know, you do need to give a little more pressure, maybe because you're moving a little more mass to get it going. And also, this does not look like it's got ball bearing. It looks like your phosphor bronze washers in there, so that might account for some of the not quite as smooth action. Nice detent. You can see that nice snap too there. Alright, so let's go over the good stuff. Specs here. Overall length is 7.125. Blade length is 3 inches, so if you got a 3-inch blade length limitation, you should be good to go there. Blade width is 1.5 inches, a nice wide blade as you'd expect from a cleaver. And it is 0.12 thick, pretty standard stock thickness there. It is a flat grind, stone wash finish, and the blade steel is 9CR18 MOV. So getting a little better than 13 or 14 MOV. 18 is getting a little better corrosion resistance, and that could be helpful since cleaver, this could be used in some food prep or something like that. I could see this being a knife you'd take with you, like when you're going camping or something, for doing some food prep. And I do like that in these kind of knives, and I'll touch on that in a minute. Handle length is 4 1/4. which 4 inches for my hand size is put right in the sweet spot. So that one is right there where I like it, because you're getting a little bit, you're choking back a little bit here because of where you're grabbing, so you're not getting the full use of that 4 1/4. So you get about 4 inches of hold on space there, and fits me real well. It's right or left hand. You can move the clip either side. It's a flipper, so makes it pretty much ambidextrous. A little more trickier, but still easy enough either hand to work the liner lock. It's going to be tip up carry only, which is the correct orientation for carry. And this is actually the mini Mastodon. They do make the full size Mastodon, which is the bigger butcher shop size cleaver. All right, and like all Civivi and Wii products, it is a Chinese made knife. So look at some of the things we do like. As I said, the handle size is good feel for my hands. It's got a deep carry clip, so if you do carry it in your pocket, you're going to get that nice deep carry. It's reversible, as we stated. Got G10 scales, so has a nice feel to it, good texturing, so you have a good grip. No jumping on the back, but you get a good grip on it elsewhere, and no real hot spots. You can feel the clips there, but not really anything that's going to cause any discomfort. You do have this forward choil here to get your finger in there for doing some detail work, and I always like those. And it's tapered just where you don't really feel like you're too much in danger of sliding up the blade. If you're just wasn't paying attention, I see it could possibly happen. I've got other knives that seems like that could happen a little more easily. And speaking of other knives, let's comparison wise, I grabbed the most comparable knives I've got to something like this. I've got the Polar. As you can see by how dirty that blade is, this is a knife that gets used quite a bit. It's not one I carry really, but it is always, I keep it pretty handy for so that I can grab it when I'm around the house. Maybe not have a knife in my pocket. As I have mentioned before, currently for the last several months I've been working at home and not going into the office, so sitting around in sweats, t-shirt, and not really carrying a knife in my pocket. I'll have them laying around in strategic points where I might need a knife, opening boxes or whatnot. And this one gets a lot of use. It's one I love to grab when I'm having to do some knife work around the house. So I think we can compare it to it. It's a sheep's foot, but which is in the Cleaver family. Then I got another Cleaver knife here, and this one gets used quite a bit. And this one's going to be very comparable size-wise. And this is a good old Ganzo. Yeah, nice cheap knife with their version of the Axis lock. If you guys check, I did a review on this knife, and I think I actually showed what I use it for in that. This one actually stays in a kitchen drawer, and it's used to cut vegetables and stuff in the kitchen, because it's insanely sharp out of the box. This knife was so sharp, I looked at it and I got a cut on my thumb. And I've done a lot of cutting with it, and it's still just as sharp as can be. cuts great for cutting onions and all that. And I think this would be very comparable in that. This is like a $25 knife. I've had this one a few years, so it may be 25 to 30 now, something like that range. Very good, would be a good knife to take camping, put in your camping gear and use it for food prep camping. And that's, when I seen this one, I thought this would be right in there in the same realm in which would use the Ganzo. It feels like a better quality knife, and though the Ganzo for the price range is great, but this just you feels like a better, just has a better feel to it as far as the way it feels. That it's just more quality. Has a good cleaver. I could see this one also being a very good for the same thing I use that one for, was chopping vegetables, cutting vegetables, doing kitchen prep and stuff like that. So if I were to keep one like this one, I would be keeping it in the kitchen drawer and using it. Being a knife guy, I've got a lot of kitchen cutlery, and I'm into that just as much as I am carry knives and things like that. But when it comes to especially cutting vegetables and food prep and stuff like that, which I do like to mess around in the kitchen, because I do like to eat. And I like to eat good foods. The best way to do that is to learn to be a good cook. All right, so enough of that. But yeah, these are good size for just chopping up your onions or whatever. It's small. It's got a good strong blade and just really good size for that. And then you can really get in there and chop it good. Plus, it's small enough to pack up and your gear to take it out if you're going camping or something like that. You can do any kind of prep. I mean, you could even prepare game or fish or anything like that with a knife like this, and do a good job of cutting. It's a really thin edge, so it's going to be really nice and sharp, much like that Ganzo is. Where I feel like the Pilar is more of a heavy-duty work knife. Maybe if you're needing to get in, carving in to some wood or something like that, this is going to be better for that. Where this is a little thin, you don't feel like it. But this is maybe it's going to be as hardy in that realm as say the Pilar is. And I'm going to classify the Ganzo as the same as that, just not a knife that you feel like would be something you'd want to take on the dirty work with. But this one does feel like it's hard to quantify in a video, but just in the feel, it feels like if you get out and we're doing some heavier things, this one's going to hold up better. It just feels a little stronger than that one, than the Ganzo does. So I think you're getting into a higher price point, and it feels like it. But these are not that expensive. These are only $47 or something like that retail, so not an expensive knife. And you get a lot of options on the Cleaver, sheep's foot kind of knives in that price point. So this one's I think would be a good choice if you're looking for that Cleaver kind of knife. Might be some folks out there that like to carry this type on a daily carry, and this one is suited very well for that, and that the clip, that nice deep carry clip. So that is what I know about the mini Mastodon. And if any of you have any experience with these, or if you've got your favorite Cleaver knife, I'd like to hear about it. What do you like, and what do you use them for? All right, guys, that is all I got for the Civivi mini Mastodon. We'll see you guys next time.